Welcome everybody to a look at a new double feature release from BFI. Both films are on 4K, and both of which are directed by Akira Kurosawa, and they are Yojimbo and Sanjuro. So yeah, Akira Kurosawa we've already talked about so far this year in the likes of Stray Dog and High and Low, but this isn't the first of his films from BFI to be given the 4K release, as Seven Samurai was also given that same treatment last year. So yeah, it's great to see another one of Akira Kurosawa's samurai films given the 4K release. So and it's nice that they've both been given a release side by side. And yeah, both of them also star Toshiro Mifune, or Mifune, who was also in Stray Dog, High and Low, and Seven Samurai. But in terms of his Western releases, he was also in Red Sun, Grand Prix, and Midway. So Yimbo was released in 1961, has a 110-minute running time, and yeah, like I said, both of them are samurai films in this release. So a nameless Ronin, or samurai with no master, enters a small village in feudal Japan where two rival businessmen are struggling for control of the local gambling scene. Taking the name Sanjuro Kuwakapataki, the Ronin convinces both silk merchant Tazamon and sake merchant Takumon to hire him as a personal bodyguard, and then he artfully sets in motion a full-scale gang war between the two ambitious and unscrupulous men. And yeah, he's basically doing this because he sees that both of these people aren't good for the village or the civilians that are getting caught up in between their war. So yeah, features a solid lead performance from Mifune, while it also has superb cinematography, a cracking score, an engrossing plot, a good supporting cast, and some well choreographed fight scenes. So overall, all of those elements help make this a really rather entertaining effort. Just a shame then that the pacing isn't as good as it could be, and yeah, the number of characters that we are introduced to in such a short space of time are given little to no characterization, and therefore can also help make proceedings a little bit confusing at times in terms of who's who, what's their motivations, whose side they're on, and such. But still, so overall, a really good effort and a solid 4 out of 5. Then we have Sanjuro from 1962, clocking in at 96 minutes long. So in this companion piece and sequel to Yojimbo, jaded samurai Sanjuro helps an idealistic group of young warriors weed out their clan's evil influences, and in the process turns their image of what a proper samurai is on its ear. So on the whole, I do actually prefer this to Yojimbo, principally because I feel the pacing is better and the plot is not just more engrossing but also better put together, because you're really not losing track of characters or motivations and such. It's a lot more stripped back in that regard. And then you combine those improvements with the fact that the elements that worked extremely well in the prior film are carried forward into this, and it is easily one of my Kurosawa's best efforts that I've seen so far. So yeah, and it is a little bit more violent as well. It has one of those characteristic blood spurts right at the end from the final fight that you might well have come used to from later samurai efforts. So yeah, a really nice release. This is. It's got a nice slipcover to it with the artwork on the front with Mifune there, and we've got on the side, and then we've got all the stuff on the back. So yeah, each film is on its own individual disc. So that does mean there is no Blu-ray, disc alongside these 4K releases, but these have been released on Blu-ray in the past. They were in a box set of Akira Kurosawa's films that also included Seven Samurai and I think The Hidden Fortress and Throne of Blood alongside. So they are readily available on Blu-ray if you want them instead of on that format. But yeah, they do look really great on this 4K releases. I had no issues with the sound quality or the picture quality whatsoever. And we also get a booklet, which is reasonably sized, as you can see. So inside you get a sword without a sheath, Yojimbo and Sanjuro by Haley Scanlon. So there are plot spoilers in that write-up, so I won't really read anything from that. It's quite a thick write-up, that one. But we do have shots from the film as well. I also think Sanjuro is a little bit more light-hearted in certain regards. Yes, it does have that violent bit towards the end, but yeah, Sanjuro definitely comes across as a bit more of a likable character, I guess you could say. And then you've also got Akira Kurosawa on Yojimbo. And then we've got Yojimbo, The View from 1970 by John Gillett. Then we've got Akira Kurosawa on Sanjuro. Sanjuro, The View from 1971 by Nigel Andrews. And then you got your cast and crew credits for both films inside as well. And we've also got the special features as well, and as well as about their presentation. So both of these films were restored in 4K resolution using the original 35mm negatives by Toho Company Limited, and are presented in their authentic Toho scope aspect ratio of 2:35:1, complete with both the restored original mono and Perspecta stereophonic even sound audio tracks. Watched these in the Perspecta stereophonic sound audio, and yeah, it sounded superb. Quite frankly, I had no issues whatsoever in that regard. So yeah. So in terms of the extras, we have, like I said, restored in 4K, 2160p UHD Blu-ray presentation in Dolby Vision HDR10 compatible. Then we've got Sword for Hire from 2024, clocking at 25 minutes long. So Kurosawa scholar Jasper Sharp discusses Yojimbo and Sanjuro in this analytical assessment. Then we've got audio commentary on Yojimbo by film critic Philip Kemp from 2000. Then we've got Akira Kurosawa, It Is Wonderful to Create Yojimbo, clocking in at 45 minutes long. That's from 2002, which is a detailed documentary study on the film. Then we've got an introduction to Sanjuro from 2003, clocking in at 5 minutes long. So that's filmmaker Alex Cox introduces Sanjuro. Then we've got newly recorded audio commentary on Sanjuro by Japanese Australian filmmaker Kenta McGrath. Then we've got Akira Kurosawa, It Is Wonderful to Create Sanjuro, also from 2002, and clocking in at 35 minutes long. So the film is examined in detail in this documentary study. Then we got Out of the Dust Storm and Into the Koi Pond, 2025. That is from clocking at 18 minutes long. Nick Wassel considers the role of nature as a background to human machinations in both films. Then you got Alex Cox on Kurosawa from 2003, clocking in at 9 minutes long. The director discusses the life and work of Akira Kurosawa, and we've also got original trailers and image galleries as well. So yeah, it says in the booklet actually about all of the special features there as well. So yeah, in detail. So you know the format they're in, whether or not they're in color or black and white, whether or not they're audio based or visual based, and such. So yeah, nice roundup of the special features there as well. And yeah, overall, just a fantastic release. It's a great pair of films. Like I said, I do prefer Sanjiro to Yojimbo. But I think that's purely a taste kind of thing. I have seen some people say the same. I've seen other people say Sanjiro Yojimbo is the superior of the two. But either way, you've got two really rather great samurai films here from, quite frankly, one of the best directors of that genre. And yeah, both of them are together. Both look glorious in 4K, and yeah, both are still really rather great films overall, regardless of which one you prefer. So yeah, Yojimbo gets 4 out of 5, and Sanjiro gets 4.5 out of 5. So yeah, definitely up there with the best of Kurosawa that I've seen so far, and I hopefully will get to see more from him, and hopefully the rest of the box set that BFI released of Kurosawa's films also get the 4K treatment. I think the Hidden Fortress and Throne of Blood still haven't. I'm pretty sure Throne of Blood is getting a 4K release at some point, but I've not heard anything about any of the other films that he has directed getting a 4K release from BFI. But if they do, that'd be great, and yeah, I really look forward to them if they do. But nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you've seen either of these films before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on them. But thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.